c'est parti pour la petite suite, l'épisode 2 sur H24. Oui, on s'était arrêté le 1er août 1938. On va voir si on va pouvoir déclencher une guerre ou pas. Je vais devoir encore patienter. On rattrape le retard sur le second tour. On va continuer à faire ça. On a vraiment les motifs. Peut-être finir par me rejoindre les alliés juste pour mener des guerres. Là, on est de plus en plus proche de la Seconde Guerre mondiale. Donc, potentiellement, on va commencer mes petits ajustements sur la guerre. Si on ne veut pas déclencher notre réponse, ok. On est obligé d'attendre que la tension mondiale augmente. Espérons qu'elle augmente assez rapidement.
So our Prime Minister has come back from his third and greatest journey, and he said
that the settlement of the Czechoslovakian problem, which has now been achieved,
C'est bien, on va bientôt
is,
voir
in my view, only the
dans 10
prelude
mois à peu près, 9 mois,
to a larger settlement in which all Europe
guerre entre tous les
may find
Européens.
peace. This morning, I had Theodor Thor to the German Chancellor Herr Hitler. Here is the paper which bears his name upon it as well as mine. Some of you perhaps have already heard what it contains, but I would just like to read it to you. We, the German Führer and Chancellor, and the British Prime Minister have had a further meeting today and are agreed in recognizing that the question of the Anglo-German relations is of the first importance for the two countries and for Europe. We regard the agreement signed last night and the Anglo-German naval agreement as symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again. We are resolved that the method of consultation shall be the method adopted to deal with any other questions that may concern our two countries, and we are determined to continue our efforts to remove possible sources of difference and thus to contribute to assure the peace of Europe.
Pour l'instant, on va juste se contenter de rechercher la technologie. Je vais faire ça. Les alliances sont créées. Moi, il me reste quand même 2 ans avant de me faire attaquer par les Japonais. Je fasse attention. Les uns après les autres, ici. Le gouvernement ici. Pour être enfin un peu plus libre dans mes mouvements. Je vais quand même garantir un pays. Là, je peux pas, c'est un peu dommage. Pour l'instant, c'est pas nécessaire. Ça, on verra. Il n'y a pas de souci. renforcer nos chars. J'avais un petit peu de communiste. J'aurais jamais cru. Ça y est. Et nickel. Ça fait beaucoup de choses.
I am speaking to you from the cabinet room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government
C'est
the final
officiel.
note.
La Seconde Guerre mondiale vient de commencer.
From them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland. A state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
Ici, c'est dangereux. La Chine est presque en train de capturer.
What a bitter blow it is to me that all my
La
long
Pologne
struggle to win
est
peace
augmentée.
has failed. Yet I cannot believe that there is anything more or anything different that I could have done,
Je suis comment
and
ici?
it would have been more successful.
Ça commence à être intéressant.
It would have been quite possible
ça
to
commence.
have arranged a peaceful and honorable settlement between Germany and Poland. But Hitler would not have it. He had evidently made up his mind to attack Poland whatever happened. And although he now says he put forward reasonable proposals which were
Ouais, c'est
rejected
bon quand
by
même,
the
Pologne.
Poles, that is not a true statement. The proposals were never shown to the Poles, nor to us.
Ils ont tenu un petit moment.
In the German broadcast
Déjà ça.
on Thursday night, Hitler did not wait to give us comments on them, nor did his troops to cross the Polish frontier the next morning. His action shows convincingly that there is no chance of
Bien, ça
expecting
respecte
that this
l'histoire.
man will ever give up
L'instant.
his practice of using force against his will. He can only be stopped by force. And we in France are today in
Et juste moi
fulfillment
qui
of
n'ai pas
our
respecté pour
obligations,
l'instant.
going to the aid of Poland, who is so bravely resisting this wicked and unprovoked attack upon her people. We have a clear conscience. We have done all these countries to establish peace. The situation in which no word given by Germany's ruler could be trusted, and no people or country could feel itself
Ça
safe,
commence.
to become intolerable. And now that we have resolved to finish it, I know that you will all play your part with calmness and courage.
La tension augmente. Comme ça, personne ne remarque. Je sais pas. Ça se fait. Essaye de ne jamais être en retard. Logiquement, oh, la marque. C'est ce que j'attendais. Je vais attendre un petit peu. On va attendre que ça augmente un peu drastiquement. Regarde. Ouais, ça va vite tomber. Reste aussi haute. Voilà, on est où là? Il y a plein de véhicules blindés. On est actuellement à 1200 véhicules blindés, ce qui est pas mal. On va déclencher la guerre. Commencer l'assaut. C'est parti. Un territoire gratos. C'est génial. Renforcer l'attaque. J'espère que ça va vite passer. Là, c'est parfait.
Mr. Speaker, on Friday evening last, I received His Majesty's commission to form a new administration. It was the evident wish and will of Parliament and the nation that this should be conceived on the broadest possible basis, and that it should include all parties, both those who supported the late government
Inverser la vapeur, c'est cette guerre.
I have completed the most important part of this task. A war cabinet of 5 members, representing with the Liberal opposition the unity of the nation. The 3 party leaders have agreed to serve either in the war cabinet or in high executive office. The 3 fighting services have been filled. It was necessary that this should be done in one single day, on account of the extreme urgency and rigor of events. A number of other key petitions were filled yesterday, and I am submitting a further list to His Majesty tonight. I hope to complete the appointment of the principal ministers during tomorrow. The appointment of the other ministers usually takes a little longer, but I trust that when Parliament meets again, this part of my task will be completed, and that the administration will be complete in all respects. Sir, I considered it in the public interest to suggest that the House should be summoned to meet today. Mr. Speaker agreed and took the necessary steps in accordance with the powers conferred upon him by the resolution of the House. At the end of the proceedings today, the adjournment of the House will be proposed until Tuesday, the 21st of May, with, of course, provision for earlier meeting if need be. The business to be considered during that week will be notified to members at the earliest opportunity.
140.
I now invite the House, by the resolution which stands in my name, to record its approval of the steps taken and to declare its confidence in the new government. Sir, to form an administration of this scale of complexity is a serious
On va
undertaking.
pas l'oser. Bon. Priorité, il y a du coup les Front National.
This was a great trial of strength between the British and German air forces. Can you conceive a greater objective for the Germans in the air than to make evacuation from these beaches impossible? And to sink all these ships which were displayed almost to the extent
On
of
va
the house.
tourner.
Could there have been an objective of greater military importance and significance? For the whole purpose of the war is this. They tried hard, and they were beaten back. They were frustrated in their task. They got the army away, and they have paid fourfold for any losses which they have inflicted. Sir, when we consider how much greater would be our advantage in defending the air above this island against an overseas attack, I must say that I find in these facts a sure basis upon which practical and real... Mr. Speaker, these monstrous military events which have happened during the past fortnight have not come to me with any sense of surprise. Indeed, I indicated a fortnight ago as clearly as I could to the House that the worst possibilities were over. And I made it perfectly clear that whatever happened in France would make no difference to the resolve of Britain and the British Empire to fight on, if necessary for years, if necessary alone. I have thought it right upon this occasion to give the House and the country some indication of the solid practical ground upon which we base our inflexible resolve to continue the war. There are a good many people who say, never win or lose, think or lose, better die than submit to tyranny, and such a tyranny. And I do not dissociate myself from them. But I can assure them
Officiellement, là,
that
c'est
our
la guerre contre
professional
le roi.
advisors of the three services unitedly advise
Vous, on trouve
that we should
être
carry
indépendant et en conflit
and that
contre
there
les
are
Alliés.
good and reasonable hopes of final
Ça ne
victory.
dérange pas du tout, du coup. Les
We have
Alliés.
fully informed and consulted all the self-governing
Et
dominions.
moi aussi, parce que du coup, ça fait
These
beaucoup
great
de
communities, far beyond the oceans, who have been built up on
Là,
our
c'est
laws
un pari
and
risqué.
on our civilization, and who are
Là, je
absolutely
sais que
free to
je
choose
vais
their
tomber le
course,
plus possible à capitale ennemie.
but are
Pour
absolutely
attaquer dans le
devoted to
nord.
the ancient motherland, and who feel themselves inspired by the same emotions which lead me to stake our all upon duty alone.
On va
We
vers
do not
Vancouver.
yet know what will happen in France, or whether the French resistance will be prolonged, both in France and in the French Empire. The French government will be throwing away great opportunities and casting adrift their future if they do not continue the war in accordance with their treaty obligations, from which we have not felt able to release. The House will have read the historic declaration in which it is desired style in French history include a union of common citizenship in this struggle.
Je vais le dire en même
However
temps.
matters may go in France or with the French government
Hop, oui.
or other French governments, we in this island and in the British Empire will never lose our sense of comradeship
Vite à se
with the
terminer.
French people.
Vite. Ouais.
If we are now called upon
Allez,
to
vite
endure
nous
what they
descendre.
have been suffering, we shall emulate their culture. And if final victory rewards our toils, they shall share the gain. Aye, and freedom shall be restored to all. We abate nothing of our just demand. Not one jot or tittle do we receive. Czechs, Poles, Norwegians, Dutch, Belgians join their causes to our own. All these shall be restored. But General Weygand calls the Battle of France is over. I expect that the Battle of Britain is about to begin.
On va vite
Upon
aller
this
se
battle
sauver la
depends
mise
the survival of Christian civilization.
avant de perdre dans ces zones.
On it depends
Juste
our
avant.
own British life and the long
Rouge.
continuity of our institutions and
Donc,
our
un truc que j'ai redonné et que personne n'a
The
fait.
whole fury and might of the
Donne-moi
enemy
récupérer ça.
must very soon be turned on us. Hitler knows that he will have to break us in this island or lose the war. If we can stand up to him, all Europe may be free, and the life of the world may move forward
À ce
into broad,
côté-là, donc peut-être je vais
sunlit
aller là-bas.
uplands. And if we fail, then the whole
Tu vois, je vais
world,
venir là-bas.
including the United States, including all that we have known and cared for, will sink into the abyss of a new dark age, made more sinister and perhaps more protracted by the life of perverted silence. Let us, therefore, brace ourselves to our duty, and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its Commonwealth lost for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their
Je vais faire ça. Je précise que je ne vais pas continuer en toute la guerre. Une guerre me suffisait. Donc, c'est pas la peine. Je veux pas avoir le choix.
сопротивления. Эта война коренным образом изменила положение. Враг жестко и неумолим. Он ставит своей целью захват нашей земли, перед нашим оком. Захват нашего
Voilà.
крайнейшей нефти.
On augmente mes chances de victoire.
Он ставит своей целью расположение власти помещиков, восстановление царизма, разрушение национальной культуры и национальной распавленности русских, украинцев, белорусов, литовцев, латышей, эстонцев, узбеков, татар, молдаван, грузин, армян, азербайджанцев и других свободных стран Советского Союза. Их ограничение, их превращение врагов имеет их оборону. Это ведет таким образом к жизни и смерти советского государства, к жизни и смерти народа СССР. На том, быть народом Советского Союза свободным, иметь нас порабощение. Нужно, чтобы советские люди поняли это и перестали быть беззаботными, чтобы они мобилизовали себя и перестроили свою работу
Voilà, c'est
на
chaud pour moi.
военный лад, издающий пощады врагов. Необходимо войне, чтобы в наших рядах не было места.
Si j'avais peut-être pas prévu comme ça, que ça se retourne contre moi la guerre contre le Mexique.
И дезертирам, чтобы наши люди не знали страха в борьбе. Самоотверженно шли на нашу отечественную освободительную войну против фашистских проводителей. Великий Ленин, создавший наше государство, говорил, что основным качеством советских людей должно быть храбрость, отвага,
Il manquerait plus que le Japon rajoute une couche et là, c'est fini pour moi. Je ne pourrais pas faire quoi que ce soit.
Необходимо, чтобы это великолепное качество большевиков стало достоянием миллионов и миллионов Красной Армии, нашего Красного флота и всех народов Советского Союза.
Ce qui me fume, c'est qu'ils ont tout mis sur moi alors que j'en ai besoin peut-être en Europe. Hein.
Перестроить всю вашу работу на военный лад. Все подчинить
Va s'arrêter là,
интересам
je
фронта
pense.
и задачам организации разгрома врага.
Ouais,
Народы
on va
Советского
s'arrêter là.
Союза видят теперь,